Good morning, team. I wanted to start off this morning just looking at some major news. We have all-day congressional elections in the US. Okay, so just in a nutshell, simplified, obviously President Joe Biden hasn't been doing that good of a job, or hasn't got that good of a image in the public. Strength of the economy in the country doesn't feel supported by Biden, and so we have on BBC.com the news, major news title here is US begins voting as Republicans seek control of Congress. So we're also seeing strong bullish action in the markets at the moment. So where this news could have an effect on a directional push all day if thoughts of change are coming to the US, and good change in a better election and a better president, and that could push the stock market up today, which it's been doing since yesterday. So that's the news that's occurring all day today. The congressional elections, there's no particular time it's coming out, or there's no particular announcements that are occurring, but it could put volatility into the market. So going to our analysis, I'm just looking at the daily here and the bear channel. I've split the daily and the 4 hour up now just to give us a bit more of a bird's eye view on these analyses. But we can see here, we have this daily downtrend that started on the 9th of December 2021 and has been going until, nearly for a year now. We've been in a recessionary move to the downside. Right now, however, we've got quite a strong bullish push to the upside, and we are in a very significant area at the moment. So if we drag this top sliding resistance zone out, where our supply zones are up here, our points 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4. Okay, just put them in there. 1, that's top 1. Okay, top 2. I mean, that could have been top 2 there, to be honest, but just for the purposes of this channel, top 3. And we are around top 4 right now in terms of the channel. So does this hold, or does it break through is the question. Right now it looks pretty bullish. It looks like it could break through. Okay, the shape of this uptrend is different to these ones. This one here, it's more direct to the upside than this one. Okay, and by that I mean the angle of attack is steep as. See how different that is? Okay, so it's tighter, stronger, more powerful, more rockety to the upside. So right now we are in this space here where we could be pushing to the upside on the Dow Jones. S&P, the S&P is not as responsive and not as a critical junction as the Dow Jones. Okay, if we look at the bear channel of the S&P, but in terms of the Dow Jones index, this is the significant area here, and if we push outside of this, we could very well move back into some bearish territory, but it's going to take a while for that to confirm. Just pushing out here doesn't mean we're back in a bull trend. Okay, it needs to come out of here, pull back down, hold around here, and then push back out higher. So we've got plenty of time, at least another 2, 3, 4 months until the bull trend, bullish condition to the US stock market might come back. Okay, but for now, bullish on the daily in a significant area where it could turn around. So we're at a major turning point region. In the 4 hour, I'm very sorry about that. It's just Mexico. Hang on. Yeah. So 4 hour. Okay, we can have a little bit of a closer view on this area of supply and resistance. So we are coming up to this major area here. Okay, that's the area. Thank you. That's the area there, 33,500. We've been talking about it for ages, and it still wants to get to that area. Okay, it didn't collapse down through here. If it collapsed through here, then we would see a resumption of this downtrend. But right now, it's holding. It is back up at the area of supply on the lower time frame, which we're going to look at next. But on the 4 hour, again, we're at a significant area at the moment in the coming days. CPI is out on Thursday. What's going to happen in this zone? To me, it looks pretty bullish at the moment. It looks strong, it looks supported, and it looks to me like we're going to keep on trucking up through here for the time being. Okay, not financial advice. I'm going to start adding that to my morning analysis. This is by no means financial advice. It is my opinion on the market, and how you trade it is completely up to you. But yeah, moving forward, we have the 1 hour time frame. Okay, closer analyses here. This is what I put in yesterday, and if you've been watching the analyses of the past week, or 3 or 4 days, you've always seen me that having an arrow targeting 3,300 1 hour supply. Our area here of supply being possibly revisited now as a double top. Okay, so a little push through up to here maybe, and then resumption of the downtrend is a possible outcome or a gameplay. Okay, this did not be realized here. This channel did not take on, and it has since moved back out to the upside. So a higher time frame 1 hour pullback or 4 hour pullback. By that I mean this is a pullback. Boom, keeps going up, pulls back. Boom, keeps going up. Now, could we keep moving to the upside? Sure, we could. It's working. It could be in a new channel now, where if we take this out here, I clone this, bring it down to here, it could start working this channel. Okay, this could be another gameplay. Comes out here and just starts working up like that. Okay, that kind of action could happen. Either way, it's still bullish. It's still going up, and I'd be weary of selling more than once, as we learned yesterday. I took quite a big loss yesterday. It's my biggest loss in a while. A few of us took a loss yesterday. It was controlled. It was fine. It was a good expense, but yeah, just a really interesting area at the moment without much news. But we have, a possible change in the entirety of the US political setup at the moment, which could be good for the economy. So yeah, lots of questions and possibilities at the moment, but this is kind of where we're at. Could we have and at any point we could have this sort of, climbing through here, and then rejection and resumption of this downtrend. Okay, I hope that doesn't look too confusing, but at the moment it's still moving through this uptrend at the moment. We haven't had this collapse. We'll know when it's going back down. Like, it'll just, we've seen it all before. It'll come up, and then we'll just have that kind of selling action. And it's just like anything. If you drop a heavy object, it's just going to keep falling. What's a better analogy? Yeah, just the heavier something is, the harder it's going to fall. And so if we have a heavy drop, okay, like this, then there's more momentum than I would expect further water falling. But we haven't seen that yet. This was quite a soft landing and quite a strong push back up to the upside. So I hope you're understanding where I'm coming from with this. It's a lot of intuitive feel, reading the market as we go, but the feeling of the market is strong and to the upside at the moment. We can see it is going up. That's that simple. 1 minute. Okay, again, this is not financial advice. These are my high probability trades. You can see yesterday my trading had made 1280 on this short here, and then it got away from me. I had this secondary trade in here, which got in perfectly at the peak, and then just didn't close my take profit. My take profit was just down here yesterday, and I missed it, and then I got back, and it had worked its way up through here, and it went into emergency protocol, which was to bring the stop to break even. brought the stop back up here to break even, and we just had this strong push to the upside. No catalyst, no news, no reason for it. After lunch, a very strong push to the upside. Worst case scenario in terms of, you know, a trade, unplanned for, and these are the situations we train for, and you know, I put in my first you know, step, which was to bring the stop to break even on a retest, and just to get out. Never got that retest. It kept pushing for a high coming into the close, which is one of those days where it moves from a low to a high. You know, there was no mean reversion at all. It was just a completely strong trending day. It was Monday. There was no news, no reason for it. And, you know, it reflects in the P&L report on my daily P&L, because you can see that, yeah, it just caught us by surprise. So what I ended up doing was seeing it push back up. I just took the loss. I didn't know what was happening at that point. I did become a little bit, you know, I got cold feet, and I foresaw it maybe continuing to push all the way up through the rest of the session, because by that stage I was like, this thing has no reason. It's a running rocket. And so I closed it at negative 3490. Of course, it then pushed up and then came back down. I could have got out at a much better price, probably half of that. But it is what it is. I didn't feel any emotion taking that loss. It was a good loss. And yeah, I'm glad I closed the trade, because, you know, today it's continued pushing to the upside, and well and truly, you know, but yeah, worst case scenario is if I left it on, I'd be in the same spot nearly, you know, a little bit worse, but nowhere near blowing the daily stop loss. The daily stop loss is all the way up here, and that's why we only ever have one trade on with that position sizing for the 200k account. It's a 20k at 20 lot size, so we've got plenty of time to get out and make these decisions. So cool. Moving forward today, looking at the situation today. Okay, we have this supply that is now turned into demand. We've got immediate supply here. Okay, we're in a strong uptrend, and you know, for me right now, we've just looked up here. You know, it's pushing, possibly going to break through to the upside. Bullish on all time frames. Coming into this index open, am I looking for anything right now? No. Having took that loss yesterday, it can be indicative of a second day of that kind of action occurring. I'm just going to sit and watch what's happening. We are very high at the moment. There is no major news, however. So, you know, again, we could have, this is obviously the high probability trading zone. If you want to trade at this point, I'm just going to like watch what happens, but that's the area where there's a good trade at. If you're in a losing position, you can wait for it to kind of come back down here to get out. But again, yeah, it seems like a pretty strong uptrend. I would love to see price action come back down here before resuming this uptrend, that kind of action. Also, you know, it looks like it's going to keep pushing up like this. Shorting, I advise against it. You know, again, up to you what you do. My opinion and what I'm doing, again, not financial advice, is that I am not going to trade this morning and just going to watch what the market does, because of the loss that I took yesterday and learning my lesson from a strong bullish uptrend and a strong bullish push. We could see that again this morning. So highest probably trade area for me right now is down here at this area of demand. Shorting is off the table for me right now until I see what happens after the index open. I'm going to have a relaxed morning, do some other things, and just monitor the market from the sideline. And yeah, anyway, I hope that's some good analysis for you. Have a great day trading, and I'll see you guys later on today. Cheers.